Howdy-ho, everyone. I am Nathan Blake, and welcome to Steins, real name TBA with Emily.
Hey!
Hi! How are you?
I'm pretty good.
That's good. It's good.
How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been like a week, so, you know, since our last recording, so obviously I haven't seen you since then, so you should tell me how your life is.
It
hasn't really been a week since we've seen each other. We see each other all the time, constantly. Alright, so if you remember, previously, we heard a large crashing sound on the roof. It was presumed to be the organization that was at work. And so we ran up to the roof of the building. We opened the door to see a billowing cloud of black smoke, and that was literally the last thing that we did, so... And then we left it on a cliffhanger. There's some kind of phosphorescent dust sparkling in the air. An explosion. I can't believe it. Was there really an explosion? My heart is racing. I don't know what to do. Should I run away? But why an explosion? Terrorists? No, that doesn't fit. I mean, how do you explain that? Boom! What the... A strange machine is sitting in the middle of the roof. It's huge, maybe 3 meters tall, and looks kind of like a satellite.
Yeah, his face is on it.
It definitely looks like... See, it's actually kind of hard to tell because it looks like maybe
this is...
like
a lunar lander or something. Oh.
Yeah. See, I thought these were part of the building behind it at first, but it's got these, like, actual, like reflective wings.
Yeah, like it's a satellite that was catching radio waves and sending them back to Earth.
Did that thing cause the shaking just now? Who put it here? Was it Dr. Nakabachi? Is this part of his presentation? Impossible. Even if that were the case, how would he get it up here? My head is bursting with questions. As I search for the courage to approach the machine, a throng of reporters and building staffs burst into the rooftop. They look just as confused as I am.
Please, stay back! Everybody!
And then a woman, who I assume is a staff member, appears to wave us back.
The press conference will proceed as scheduled.
Is she trying to hide something? Her response was unusually quick, almost like she's trying to keep me away from that device. I've got a nose for conspiracies, and this stinks of a cover-up. What are they hiding? What was that explosion? I want to know, but I shouldn't risk getting any closer. I turn and leave. But not because I'm scared or anything like that. No, not scared at all. Not even a little bit scared! Staff members lead all of us back to the 8th floor. Maori is now nowhere to be seen. She's not even in the event hall either. I find her on the 7th floor. New tip, capsule toy. Several capsule toy machines are lined on the wall. Okay, let's see what that is.
Boy, there's
What's your guess about what a capsule toy is?
A toy inside a capsule. From space.
What if I told you that you were right? This is under the otaku header, which is like the Japanese anime culture. A vending machine that dispenses small toys at random. One cannot tell what the toy is before opening the capsule.
Okay, we kind of have those, but they have clear capsules on them, and like, you know, the quarter machines.
Right.
Like
these are like way bigger and more complicated in Japan. This is kind of more akin to like if there were just like Yu-Gi-Oh card vending machines everywhere or something like that. They're all like collectible, tradable.
So when you say complicated, are you saying like the machine looks cool and has all these moving parts? When you get the capsule, it like spins down a little spiral and then is shot up to the other side of the machine? And then...
That too, yes, but also just it being more complicated than going to the Taco Bell and there being a quarter-fed machine that spits out, you know, one of those slappy hands on a bungee.
Slappy hands are so great.
All right, backspace to go back. There we go. No, I'm not trying to leave the game. There we go. Several capsule toy machines are lined up next to a plate reading Birthplace of the Japanese PC.
But they look like quarter machines, just stacked on top. Kind of like washing machines, actually, at a laundromat.
They do, yeah. And I think there's more complicated ones than those that we're seeing now, but yeah, this is fairly common. She's gazing upon them with a wistful look. I breathe a sigh of relief, then take out my phone. It's me. I've got a bad feeling about this. Something's happening, and I have no idea what it is. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. I won't do anything to jeopardize the mission. Kangaroo. After I speak the words and hang up, I'm able to wipe the sweat from my forehead. My sweat is cold. Half of me hopes something will happen. The other half fears the same thing. I put away my phone and look back at Mayuri. She's still staring at those capsule toys. She doesn't seem to be worried about the explosion at all. I can't decide if she's level-headed or just airheaded. What are you doing?
Well, I really want an Oopa.
Just as I thought. Mayuri points to a capsule machine. The sign on the front says Rainet Kekuri, 3D character doll series.
You can kind of see inside of them.
Yeah. He said that you couldn't see inside until you finish with it. Okay, Rainet, fictional. So this is a cool thing that this game does. A whole lot of these things that we're learning about are real things, but the game will specifically point out if it's like not real, so that way you won't get confused and think that, oh, this is, you know, something in the real world too. So fictional, popular manga serialized in Loco Loco Comics. Third season of the anime adaptation is currently airing on Toe TV. Although the series is probably supposed to be a reference to Toei animation or something like that. Currently airing on Toe TV, although the series is ostensibly aimed at children. The realistic themes depicted also appeal to adults. More and more children are learning about the internet through this anime. It has reached the point where some scholars claim that children are better informed than their parents with regard to internet issues. Some people are even calling this new generation Rainet children. Some politicians and organizations have strongly criticized the series for encouraging children to become hikikomori by idolizing boys and girls who are obsessed with computers. However, a majority of adults praise the series for teaching children about the possibilities of the internet morality, copyright infringement, and privacy protection. This has contributed to Rainet's success. Although the series stimulates intellectual curiosity, it is not merely an educational program. As Kakuri battles terrorists in cyberspace, his techniques and programs are represented as virtual robots, while his enemies' viruses take the form of monsters. This makes the confrontation easy to visualize, with well-timed perspective changes depicting both the protagonist's techniques inside the computer and his friends' teamwork outside the computer.
That's super cute.
It sounds like it would be really fun.
It's really funny.
Yep.
Sounds like a kid's
just
thing.
Just a little bit Digimon sounding, maybe with what was it? Mega Man BattleNet, I think is what it was, where they took like the classic Capcom series of Mega Man, which is just a video game series about robots, and they were just like, what if instead it was kind of more like Pokemon?
I mean, it reminds me of other educational videos, but normally they're like parts of the body that are personified. Like the white blood cell is this policeman that's running around, and the red blood cells are just normal people carrying oxygen.
I'm gonna scoot this way. You can scoot over a little bit towards me.
Okay.
Oh, release.
Beautiful music. Her music is much prettier than the intense music that was playing for quite a while.
Rainet Kakuri is a popular anime series with its own card game spin-off, Rainet Access Battlers. They even hold international tournaments. Upa is the series' mascot character, resembles an elliptical egg with limbs sticking out, like some kind of deformed dog. It's what they call an ugly cute character. High school girls find these creatures adorable for some reason. Last year, an ugly frog character was the rage. Its name escapes me, though. Which I think is a reference to a real anime sort of character thing with the frog, because I've seen the frog depicted in other anime.
And they have toys now that are ugly dolls.
Yep. Then go for it. Can't guarantee you'll get an Upa, though. Mayuri gives me a troubled smile.
But Mayushi's all out of 100 yen coins.
Mayushi is what Mayuri calls herself sometimes. According to her, it's supposed to have a star at the end. Mayushi, star. But who really cares?
So, can I borrow 100 yen, please?
She holds her hands out with a look like a begging puppy.
I don't think I can do that.
Looks like she was planning this from the very beginning. Well, at least she didn't say gimme. Do you think it's that easy, Mayuri? You'll get no money from me. Instead, I'll show you just how harsh life really is. I pull out a 100 yen coin, set it into the machine slot, and spin the lever. Oh.
Ah!
I open the capsule and take out the contents. Maori leans forward eagerly to see what I got.
It's an upa! And it's metal! A metal upa!
Is it rare?
Super rare.
While I examine the metal upa, a boy who's watching us tries his luck on the same Rhinet machine. Normal upa. He looks at my metal upa in resentment. I turn to see Maori's sparkling eyes also fixed on the upa. Hey, high school girl. You're acting like a little kid. I give this creature of metal to you, Maori. Honestly, I don't want it.
Really? Are you sure, Okarin?
The name's Hyoin Kyoma!
Thank you, Okarin!
She doing it on purpose? Thank you all for coming to Dr. Nakabachi's Time Machine press conference. I hear the announcement from the floor above. Sounds like they're starting.
Why did they zoom into that? Okay, because we're walking up the stairs.
Yeah, we were going up the stairs. I head to the stairs, but Maori doesn't follow. Let's go, Maori.
Just a sec. I gotta write my name.
She's preoccupied with the metal upa. I go on ahead. Without further ado, I am pleased to introduce the inventor, Dr. Nakabachi. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. Dr. Nakabachi enters to sparse applause. He walks up to the podium. He's already wearing a frown for some reason. I can feel his irritation from here. I am Dr. Nakabachi. Thank you all for coming. Nakabachi takes the microphone and begins to speak, his voice brimming with confidence. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin with my theory of time travel, the greatest scientific breakthrough of the century.
Did he really build a time machine?
Maori appears after writing her name on the metal upa. She's a bit late, in more ways than one. What did she think a time machine presentation would be about? I take another look around the room. There are about 20 people now, including us, but still no media presence to speak of. So this is the extent of Dr. Nakabachi's fame. No one believes that he invented a time machine. I was interested in what he had to say, true, but my expectations were no higher than the rest of the onlookers. And a good thing they weren't. As he proceeds to explain his time machine design, my curiosity quickly turns to disappointment, then anger. Doctor! My roar silences Nakabachi and draws the eye of every person in the room. Do you take us for fools? Who are you? Who am I? Someone who knows you for a fraud, that's who! You stole your theory from John Titor, and you call yourself an inventor? Now, here's a really interesting thing. John Titor is a real thing. You can look this up on the internet.
The real internet.
The real internet. A self-proclaimed time traveler from 2036 who appeared on an American internet message board in November of 2000. This actually happened. It actually happened that this dude named John Titor showed up and self-proclaimed to be a time traveler. The internet went into an uproar, flooding the board with questions and debate. Titor posted pictures of his time machine and its control manual, as well as diagrams illustrating time machine mechanics. He also disclosed information on near-future events, time travel physics, history intervention, and the multiverse timelines and world lines. And then 4 months later, after his appearance, he left a comment saying, "I will be leaving this world line shortly, and this will be my final post," and disappeared. And the crazy part is that when he did this, he actually, you can look this up, he actually pseudo told the future. He suggested that the war in the Middle East was going to start and things like that, things that you could probably infer from world events and history and stuff like that, making educated guesses. But he got the timing pretty close. And the hilarious part is that part of his theory, part of his thing was, since I came back from the future and I'm mentioning this, things are happening slightly different. So I'll be really close on my guesstimates, but some of them won't work out the way I say they will because I changed the future by coming here. So it's one of those things where it's you can't even really disprove him because he said in his own...
That he wouldn't be right?
Yes, that he wouldn't be right. And his science was pretty reasonable and a good explanation for time travel as far as, like, how the only ways that it could work, as opposed to, like, paradox theory and stuff like that, so...
It's really funny.
There's this great moment in the anime at this point where instead of just saying, "You just stole this from John Titor," he gets up and he says something ridiculous like, "Sir, I accuse you of copying the scratchings of an internet meme," or something. It's pretty great. "Someone throw this man out." "You're the one who should be thrown out, Doctor! Have you no shame? You have no right to call yourself an inventor. Shut your mouth, you little pest." Just then, someone grabs my arm from behind. Quite convinced that it's an official here to throw me out, I turn around to glare him down. "Unhand me, you..." Huh? That's your silence that you were supposed to depict. It's a girl, about my age. Her intense stare seems to challenge me. I take a step back. Her face looks somehow familiar. Where have I seen her before? Ah, we haven't met, but I know her face. It's Makise Kurisu. A few days ago, my friend Daru showed me a magazine article titled "Girl Genius Gives Lecture in Akihabara." The article was about a 17-year-old girl who had just graduated from an American university. Her thesis was even published in a major scientific journal. Girl genius Makise Kurisu. I recognize the stumbled-looking girl from her photograph. Let's see. Making the memory data is possible. Something 17-year-old girl Kurisu Makise announced surprising thesis in the Far Eastern island nation. This thesis, even if it is impossible, each man's making to data is possible. It is making each man's memory data. The possibility is bold, and it discusses in detail. The research and study are that credibility is very high, and this is really poorly translated.
Yep.
It is very, very clear that they just slapped this paper into Google Translate and then put the translation in because they knew it was like background information that we weren't really supposed to care about.
From U.S. in graduate school.
Yep, from U.S. in graduate school. Thesis announced aggressively, though it is a graduate school, the various circles, a new wind is given. So yeah.
Diencephalon, frontal lobe.
So basically,
parietal lobe.
what it's supposed to be saying is that she believes that she could take someone's brainwaves and translate them into computer data.
Right.
Which is, in all honesty, something that they actually can do to some extent nowadays.
The diencephalon went into this part that is actually red. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
It's actually something that they're actually making a lot of breakthroughs in more recently, is actually being able to turn brainwaves into computer information, which is kind of how a lot of those.
Scary.
It's really interesting stuff.
Turn people's brains into computer storage.
Well, I mean, it's really the other way. Can you store someone's brain on a computer?
Make them
and that's
eternal.
Yeah, so as robots become a bigger thing, and as the idea of transferring somebody's intelligence and mind into a computer become a bigger thing, the idea becomes, can you make someone immortal by transferring their brain waves or the way their mind works into a robot?
Odyssey.
Yeah, it's a trope that's been around for a long time, and it's something that's actually becoming more relevant in our modern world in a weird way. So anyway. She's even wearing the exact same scowl. What business could such a genius have with me? She takes a quick look around the room, then turns back to me with a stern expression.
Could you come with me for a moment?
What's with the attitude? She's obviously not staff, and there's no way that the Makise Kurisu would be working with someone like Dr. Nakabachi. Which means, no, you're with the organization.
Huh?
If their tendrils have gotten this far, then I have made a grave mistake.
Stop fooling around and come with me.
My outburst has already attracted too much attention. Nakabachi in particular looks like he wants to rip my head off. It must be mortifying to be exposed as a fraud by a bright young man like myself. Anyway, I mustn't draw any more attention to myself. If the organization gets wind of my presence here, it could endanger Maori, to say nothing of these ignorant civilians. I let Makise Kurisu lead me out of the assembly hall. Try anything and people are sure to notice. What will your superior say then?
What are you talking about?
She glares at me, quite fiercely at that. Attractive though she may be, there is no innocence in her eyes.
I'm not very good at death glare. Mine looks like a puppy dog face.
It does. Great. A beautiful agent, unmatched in cruelty. My heart beats in exhilaration from the danger. Looks like chaos really does get my blood pumping.
I just need to ask you something.
What makes you think I'll answer? I know how the organization operates.
What's with this organization stuff?
Instead of answering, I take out my phone and put it to my ear. It's me. I've been caught by an organization agent. Yes, it's Makise Kurisu. She's a dangerous one. No, it's fine. I'll find a way to... Kurisu suddenly snatches the phone from my hand. What skill? I didn't have time to react. What are you doing?
Huh? Your phone is off. Who are you talking to?
I think this is the first time in game that they've actually made it clear that he's just talking into a phone that doesn't have anyone on the other side. We can infer that that's what's happening up to this point, but it's actually less clear on the visual novel than it is on the anime. Huh?
We have a buzzsaw at the end for the...
Oh, yep. Her eyes pierce deep into my soul. I quickly look away. She's good. Is she trying to attack my sense of identity in order to cause a mental break? Recover. This isn't enough to sway me. Your techniques don't work on me. But I'll tell you anyway. That's no ordinary phone. It's designed to deactivate the moment it leaves my hand. Such measures are necessary to maintain secrecy. I know things that could get me killed. I quickly retrieved my phone and wiped the cold sweat off my forehead. Whew, that was close.
So, you talk to yourself.
Ha! This is bad. Ordinary methods don't work on Makise Kurisu, the genius girl. On the contrary, she is the one psyching me out. Looks like I'll have to make a tactical retreat. If I can just find an opening. Suddenly, Kurisu steps up to me with a serious expression. She stares right at me, her huge eyes blazing with strength of will. Such fire, I can't look away. Could someone with such pure eyes really be an organization agent?
What were you trying to tell me earlier?
Earlier? What are you talking about?
About 15 minutes ago? Before the conference started.
Nonsense. This is the first time we've met. I was with Maori and that Upa toy 15 minutes ago.
You were trying to tell me something, right? You looked really upset.
Is this a trap? It does seem like one of the organization's dirty tricks. But would this girl do something that underhanded?
You looked like you were going to start crying any second. Why? Have we met before?
Since she seems sincere. Sincere!
I'm sorry.
It seems sincere.
You caught it from me, I'm sorry.
She seems sincere!
Oh.
That makes her even more suspicious. That's right. Don't let her beauty fool you. She's a cold, calculating, secret agent. If I show the slightest vulnerability, I'm done for.
And how do you know my name?
My knowledge has no limits. I'm a mad scientist, after all. Genius girl, our next meeting shall be as enemies.
Huh?
Farewell. Maybe I can get a better laugh than that.
I'm gonna just look very concerned over here.
I spin around and take off down the stairs, ignoring her calls to stop.
Stop!
Like I listen to the enemy.
Stop!
Like God, in the name of love, before you break my heart. Darn the organization. They must be serious if they're sending in agents like her. I run all the way down to the 4th floor and check behind me. Once I'm convinced Maki Sekurasu's not tailing me, I sigh while rubbing my temples. But I can't let them capture me yet. Well then, what do I do now? My mission was to attend the conference and evaluate Dr. Nakabachi's research. Now that I know he's a fraud, there's no real point in going back. I guess I'll just go home. But wait, aren't I forgetting something important? Let's see now. What is it? Well, there's a satellite on the roof. Mayori's not with you. Yeah, there you go. Left Mayori behind. I knew she'd be a liability. I shouldn't have brought her along. I was trying to prioritize her safety, but got careless. I'll try calling her first. If she's all right, then I can just have her meet me here. Ooh, this is the first time we actually get to use our phone. So this is really unique to this visual novel. You actually use your phone and use it to contact other people. You'll be sent messages, and there's like points in the game where you only have one chance to like see a message, and if you miss it, then the whole game can be changed. With that thought in mind, I take out my phone and turn it on. And it rings just as I do. Excuse me. An email. It's not a regular email. That's a video attached. And it's from an unknown address. I opened the video file with some trepidation.
Like that word, trepidation.
There's nothing but noise. Is this a prank? Or some sort of Makise Kurasu style attack? Maybe the noise is some sort of make people go crazy frequency. No, wait. I don't remember giving her my mail address, so I'm probably just thinking too hard. I curse myself for being gullible enough to play the video. I have more pressing matters to deal with anyway. Daru, Phone Wave, Ferris, Mayori, Lukako? I stop the video and call Mayori's phone from my address book. The phone number.
X's. Oh, I guess those are.
Mayori, why won't you pick up? The X's might represent dashes, but yeah, then again, it's a different number of digits, but I know that different countries have completely different phone numbers, so. Looks like I have to go back to the assembly hall. But things will get messy if I bump heads with Makise Kurasu again. Wait, don't tell me. Did that femme fatale kidnap Mayori? Darn you! Is that how the organization operates? Leaving without Mayori isn't an option. Call me overprotective, but she's like a little sister to me, and there's a very real danger that she might wander off somewhere the moment I let her out of my sight. Mayori has always been like that. I never know if she'll be there when I turn to look. In a sense, that's why I became Hyoin Kyoma. I have to go back for her. The thought of climbing back up to the 8th floor is depressing, but I have no choice.
Are there no elevators?
When I get back to the assembly hall, Dr. Nakabachi's conference has just finished. Nobody's on stage, and the phony inventor has already left. The 20 or so members of the audience are starting to pack up. I soon find Mayori. She's in the corner, looking lost. Well, at least she wasn't kidnapped. Even better, I don't see Makise Kurasu anywhere. Huh, looks like I scared her off. So be it. I'll let her go this time. Still, I keep my eyes peeled as I run up to Mayori. Mayori, why didn't you pick up? We're leaving.
Oh, Corinne, my metal Oompa ran away.
She turns to me with a forlorn expression. Ran away? What? It's alive? That's a little hard to believe.
I think I dropped it.
I see. So she was looking for it. Not like it really matters. Forget about it. You can always get another one.
No way! Metal Oompas sell upwards of 10,000 yen online, you know?
Wait, what? That toy was worth that much? Think, Mayori, where did you drop it?
I don't know. That's why I'm looking. And even if we did find it, I can't sell it, okay?
That 10,000 yen will fund my research.
I said you can't sell it. It even has Miyoshi's name on it with a star.
Thus begins our search for the Metaloopa. It's
It has an R in it.
Yep.
Whoopa, whoopa, come out, wherever you are.
Maori tries calling its name. I don't know if she really expects a response. By the way, Tutaru is Maori's catchphrase. It means... Actually, I've never bothered to ask what it means. Anyway, the Metaloopa is nowhere to be found. Maybe she didn't drop it in the assembly hall, but on the 7th floor landing near the capsule toy machines. Another possibility is that someone with an eye for rare items pilfered it. Just imagining the smug grin on that person's face makes me writhe with envy. What kind of man steals a helpless girl's toy? Is there nothing in his heart but the lust for money?
Sounds like you, Ocarin.
Oh, wasn't expecting that from Maori. I don't know who this is saying this. What was that?
What was the scream? Was that a scream?
I think so. Only the presenter and a few other people are left in the assembly hall. Including Maori and me, less than half the audience remains. Everyone looks at each other anxiously, startled by the scream. Even I cannot suppress a shiver. First the explosion on the roof, now this. What's going on here? Maori squeezes my hand tight. Stay here, Maori. I take a deep breath, prepare myself, and head in the direction of the scream. The echoes lead me down a dark, empty hallway on the same floor. I'm pretty sure it came from around that corner. I crouch down and turn the corner slowly, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any sign of danger. And there at the end of the passage, I see it. There's something on the ground. No, someone. Motionless. Who is it? The clothes are familiar. It can't be. What? Makise Kurisu. Her face is turned away, but I know it's her. The impertinent genius girl I just fought with 10 minutes ago is now face down in a pool of bright red blood. And that is where we will end this episode for today!
You like cliffhangers.
I don't necessarily like cliffhangers, it's just this a 35-minute recording so far, so...
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff. That's why it's called Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger, hanging from a cliff. And that's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Alright, well, thank you so much for being here, going on this adventure with us. Emily, thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you doing this collaboration with me.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll schedule another one soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have to check my calendar.
But yeah, so this is really getting into like really what Steins Gate is now. We're moving past some of the goofy cutesy stuff and into like the real action. So hopefully you're as excited to see what is to come as I am. So thank you all so much for being here. As always, we will see you in the next one. And for now, this is Nathan Blake and Emily signing off for Nathanblakegames. Sayonara. This has been Steins Gate with Emily. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it in the future, please like and comment below. If you're new to the channel and you would like to be notified of new videos, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Like my channel? Want to see it grow? Share this video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks again, everyone. Sayonara.